Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with match number 5. Yes, we're in match number 5. We're going to play two matches with this Soul Sisters update with Legion's Landing. The whole deck tech's over at Gathering Magic, so these are the collaboration videos. I'm going to do one of these every week. We play 4 matches on Gathering Magic. I play the last one or two on this channel. This week was the Legion's Landing Soul Sisters, which so far we are 3-1 with the deck. I think I'm going to risk this and keep it. I typically like to keep one-landers on the draw because we have 2 turns to draw a land, which is a little bit above odds because we have, let's see, 22 over 53 times 2. So odds speaking, you usually do draw that second land. And we have action anyway. We have the Soul Warden into Sarah's Ascendant. And this is going to be a awesome match for us because, and it found us a land, okay, because we are playing the Soul Sisters. We found another land too, so my opponent is going to hate this. It's probably is going to be the heavier burn. We already played one of these match with the what is the Hollowed One version of this new like Hollowed One burn, Vengevine Hollowed One. And Soul Sisters is still really good versus it. He needs to kill the Soul Warden. If not, we get the life that it's going to... It provides so much life in this matchup too, because if they go like Hollowed One. And once the Ajani's Pridemate comes out, we're in pretty good shape. Searing Blaze would be pretty rough. See, we get a life off the Soul Warden right here. So it already did its job. And that just shows to me that, I guess if my opponent bolts it, it would have been the exact same. Rift Bolt is being exiled. And we're taking 3. Jeez, my poor opponent finds me another land. So I have some options here. I think Pridemate's just the better option. Because the Rift Bolt will have to kill off the Pridemate. We could go Sarah's Ascendant, but I don't think that's the right route to go. And apologies about the lag. MTGO has been so unbelievably laggy lately. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to attacks. And we will attack. My opponent's at a low life. The Rift Bolt is going to kill the Pridemate. But that's 3 damage that was supposed to go to my face. Burn just wants to do that. It doesn't want to... I have some huge options next turn, too. I can go Spectral Processions and just try to race my opponent. That is interesting. That's really interesting. I wonder if there's a... Huh. It's giving me... Poor burn player's giving me a land every turn. I guess that's what happens when you keep one-landers. So 4 cards in hand. We're definitely going to play... Ah, that still gets rid of the Goblin Guide, though. We're definitely going to play a Spectral Processions here. Because I do need to gain the life. Or, which one's actually... We can give ourselves a blocker. I gain 2 life here. Am I in jeopardy of... I think I might need to gain the 3 life. Because they could go bolt next turn, and I'd just be dead. If I gain 3 life, he can't go bolt. I hate doing that, because the better play is definitely the Pridemate. But I think I need to do this. Still going to attack into the Soul Warden. Now I think we're in great shape. We have Ghost Quarters too to take out any white source. My opponent could just have Boros Charms in hand. So the Searing Blaze on the Soul Ward, and that was a great play. I don't have any other lifelink at the moment. And decides not to attack, and that's awesome. I probably would have just chump blocked one. So I can still die to Bolt, Bolt, Bolt. I can almost kill my opponent with the Honor the Pure. I think we're just going to go Wind Brisks into play tapped. That's a terrible card to put underneath. And then go Pridemate. And then go Sarah Ascendant. And I will attack in with 2 of them, because that puts my opponent at 10. And no matter what, I should have 1. This is weird. By attacking with all of them, puts him at 9, and then I can one-shot the next turn. But I think I'm pretty much okay next turn. Well, Onto the Pure, because he bolt, and go at me, and then that'd be 4. No, I think we just attack with everything. So my opponent has to have the perfect cards in hand. Otherwise, next turn we win. And we're blocking like crazy here, so. Jeez, how do I want to do this? We could go for the kill. Yeah, we go for the kill here. And there we go. So we got really lucky with those Goblin Guides. This just, of course, just gets better post sideboard. I usually will bring in the Mark of Asylum and the Legion Leyline of Sanctities. I don't care about the Path to Exiles. Return of the Ranks are fine. Typically, I like them over Archangel Thune, then we can cut the lands by 2. Because this just allows us... Archangel is just something we don't need in this match. This is an interesting hand, but I think we might just be too slow, so we'll ship it. And definitely keep this one. It's got the Ariok. Do we need the Spectral Procession? No, we don't. We have the Flagstones and the... Guess I could have kept it on top. Ooh, it's a Nakatl version. There's an Honor the Pure. Sometimes they take out honors. So far, so good. Ghost Quarter will actually be good for the Sacred Founder. A lot of times they don't use... I'm just going to block here. I think that 3 damage is pretty relevant. Double Nacatl. And a Rift Bolt that will go to my face. So I'm glad I did make the block there. Put out another Plains. And go Arctic Champion. So I have some choices next turn. The problem with where we're at, the double Nacatl is going to be rough because that's a lot of damage. This has to go to my face without any other benefit. The Ghost Quarter, though, can take away that Sacred Foundry. And they'll make the Nacatls weaker. The problem is, too, though, I have Spectral Processions that can come out if I kill my own Flagstones. So we're going down to 12. However, if my opponent casts any more cards, we gain life. Lava Spike, okay. Yeah, now with double Spectral Processions, I think that's the right play. The problem is I need to keep back the Arctic Champion. Next turn we have some choices. I'll probably end up Honor the Pure. Hopefully I draw a land because I can go Spectral Processions and Saracen it. I think I don't need to block. I only need to block one of them. Maybe I need to block both. Because I don't think I care about the Legions. Just block 1. 4, I'd go into 8. I want this Legion's initiative to flip because it gives me another land. And with that, we have 4 mana. I'm just going to take the 3. It's risky. So I'm going to do this right now. Just to make sure I get the Arctic Champion life. So he's going to use a... I can't gain life this turn, I'm sure. Yep. So I'm just dead to double Bolt Source. But this flips now. So I'm wishing I would have actually chump blocked another one. I don't know if it would have mattered, though. The double Nacatl. All right, so my opponent had the nuts. So it is possible to lose to burn with Soul Sisters. It really is just Nikado, though, that's the tough card. And 2 lands, though. Opponent had perfect lands, perfect everything. Had 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage. The target's command on the right turn. Maybe I should have ghost corded that away. All right. We get to go on the play here, though, so it's much stronger. Unfortunately, I might keep this, actually. This is rough, but Leyline of Sanctity is just really, really good. Could die here. I have to draw another land. If I don't draw land, I'm screwed, but this is really, really powerful with a lot of things my opponent is doing. I can hit a 1-drop here as well. I should have time. Goblin Guide should help. Come on, Goblin Guide. Soul's a 10, at least I draw. You can do it, Guide. Yes, we're good now. All right. So I don't know if my opponent brought in Destructive Reverie. It was a risky keep. It got there, though. It's funny, I could go Mark of Asylum. That's kind of an annoying card. We take the damage. But now we have a blocker. We do have to worry about damage can't be prevented with Skullcracks. Does Skullcrack targets though, so I don't know if they can play it. Spectre Processions is coming up. That's a good card. Just going to take the 2. So Lightning Helix on my Soul Attendant. Which means we're in great shape. 4 cards in my opponent's hand. All right, so we need a land. It is a Windbrisk Heights. And I think I do take the damage. What's better, Honor the Pure here or a Mark of Asylum? Puts us at 11. That's a little risky. I think let me check something really quickly here. What does Atarka's command state? 3 damage to each opponent, can't gain life. So what does Skullcrack say? Target player. Okay, so we're pretty good there. So I can block with Arctic Champion and my opponent really can't cast anything with Eidolon. It will tax him too much. We'll gain 6 life with the Spectral Processions. And we have Rangers. And also doesn't deal damage to me because it's above the cost. Another Windbrisk Heights. It's okay. Target's command might come down here. That hurts. But my opponent has to draw into a lot of the target's commands in a row. I don't know if with casting those cards, if that was the right call, actually. Because now I give him a Searing Blaze target. Yeah, this is kind of rough. We're both kind of locked out. 4 cards in my opponent's hand. I have to avoid the Atarka's commands. I could go for a kill if my opponent casts 2 spells. Unfortunately, all of these underneath would trigger it off. So we're just going to go Ranger. And that should gain us some life. He's going to skull crack himself just for 5 damage, though. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's the only way you can win is with like a good, but that puts my opponent can't cast 3 spells. So there's very few things I think my opponent can do with 4. Needs a target's command, a target's command, a target's command. Target's command, a target's command. And yeah, we just attacking with the spirits next turn. There's nothing my opponent can do. So, yep, the ley line actually worked. The Arc Champions worked. That's a lot harder than that a lot of times needs to be with Burn. Oh, geez. Anywho, we'll go on to the last match. We're currently 4-1 with the deck. This should be 3-1 in the league. So we'll play one more. And I'll just show while we're waiting, I'll take you over to the deck tech for the Legion's Landing. Again, you can check out Gathering Magic for the full deck list. I'm thinking about putting Suppression Field in the sideboard. It is, right now, there's a lot of decks that are using activated abilities. And Suppression Field seems to do a little bit better than Stony Silence in a lot of the instances. Still shuts down like Expedition Map. Against Eldrazi Tron, still shuts down the ability for the Walking Ballistas to ping things down. So I think that there wants to be some amount of suppression fields now on the sideboard. But usually sideboard's just like Howled Moonlight for Dredge and Rest in Pieces and stuff for Dredge. Stony Silence is for Affinity and Tron. But anyway, this is just the old school 23 lands, 3 Archangel of Thunes, plus 3 Legion Landing. You can go check out the matchups. I've been just super impressed with the Legion's Landing. With Spectral Procession, it gives the ability against, like, especially Jund and Abzan and Jeskai Control, the ability to create a 1/1 lifelinker each turn, which with Honor the Pure out a lot of times ends up being a 2/2 lifelinker. It's very, very tough. The Cryptic Command decks, the Thoughtseize decks, all those are a lot easier to deal with now with Legion's Landing. I think it wants to be a 3-of slot. And then still like the Soul Ward and Soul Attendants that are Arctic Champions, Giants, Pride Mate. All the rest is just the usual. We got a match going for us here. So huge upgrade in my opinion to the deck. Thought about trying the other Ghost Quarters deck too, but the 2-mana tap, destroy land, each player goes and gets a basic land. That seems pretty good too, because a lot of like the Eldrazi Trons are running 3 wastes. Pretty solid hand. Of course, we're going to beat Burn. We're going to have a slow draw, but we're 3/5 of the way there for Archangel. 3/4 of the way for Ranger. Have a 1/2. So even like Wimber's Heights on draw would be pretty okay within the next few turns. Spectral Procession, of course, would be a good one. And it's a Stomping Grounds. We always like to see this color combination. Burn is everywhere, by the way. So, Arbor Elf. This is probably the Tooth and Nail. This is a tough match. Especially we don't have a lot of ways to interact with Arbor Elf. Tireless Tracker. Okay, not the worst case here for us. We have an Arc Champion. And hopefully, I mean, we have no dead draws here except for another Archangel. We want to hit lands for sure. Legion Landing would be insanely good here. And my opponent might be stuck on lands. Hopefully that's the case. Now, life is relevant, but I'm not at the point where ooh, that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. I mean, probably would have preferred to land at this point. Well, no, I want to land next turn for the Ranger. Again, I apologize for how laggy this is. Arena's going to fix everything, though. Har har. Okay, so we have the Soul Attendant. My opponent's starved. He's not going to block. Really? Okay, I misjudged my opponent. It didn't want me to get that Sarah's Ascendant, but also I think that's better. Because what is my opponent going to do? Oh, it's a Goyf. I have not a clue what we're going against. Just some green-red. But we top deck the land we need, so we can go get more. Of the two sisters. And we'll roar in here with our Johnny's Pridemate. And again, no dead drop next turn. A land is fine. Wimber's Heights is even fine. And I'm surprised my opponent did that, because I'm assuming my opponent has stuff to do in their hand with the amount of mana they could have pulled with the Arbor Elves. Yeah, so that was a mistake to block with the Arbor Elf. Just basically gave me the game. I understand that Pridemate might get out of control, but you can chump block Pridemate forever. And still, I don't know what I'm up against is the problem. At all. Are they cheating something in, like Tooth and Nail? Usually that's what Arbor Elves are for, but I'm assuming this is land destruction. I have not a clue what the hell is going on. So I typically don't like Path. Path can path my own things. Mark of Asylum and Leyline of Sanctity don't work. Hallowed Moonlight works if my opponent is cheating stuff in, like Tooth and Nail. But I don't know if that... All I saw was Arbor Elf, Tyler's Tracker, and... Yeah, I don't think I'm too worried about any of those. Arc Champion, I think I want to keep in. Yeah, I'm going to just submit this. I'm thinking this is land destruction. They're going to use the Ghost Quarters in the new land and just try to... I mean, it's legit now. I mean, there's a lot of decks only play like a handful of basics. I'm going to keep this because I do believe the Arc Champions are good versus bolts, things like that. I'm assuming this is land destruction. So for an Ariak Champion, or excuse me, an Archangel Thune underneath here. Yes, perfect. But we probably have a slim chance of actually getting this off. Utopia Sprawl. So yeah, we were right. It was land destruction. So I might just take out the RX champions. We need to be quick. Good news is I have flagstones. Bad news is I don't really have a lot of ways to deal with the Arbor Elf. Again, though, he's had the Arbor Elf for both games, first turn. And Huntmaster's just going to try to get me with... Yeah, it's a pretty legit deck if they can get that one drop out. But a lot of times they get stuck on their LD. And it just ends up being awkward. I guess my opponent can... I could destroy this. And I don't think my opponent needs it anymore. I think we do lose this match. We missed the lands. And Huntmaster's just going to wreak havoc. So I'll bring in the Mark of Asylum. I think... I don't know. It's awkward what I play here. I don't want a lot of cards that don't do anything. Because my opponent can just keep flipping the Huntmaster over and over and over. And I think that's going to be the play. I'll just take the damage. Yeah. Huntmaster is a pain, for sure. There's a Wimber's Heights. Throw another Archangel Thune underneath. And throw another onto the Pure. And we have a decent little play with the Arc Champions later on. I'm taking a ton of damage, though, is the problem. And a Chandra, so... Jeez. I need a land next turn to go Aryek and Soul Warden. Huntmaster's flipping. Goblin Rabblemaster. It's actually a bad card for what I'm doing, but... Yeah, they just try to lock you down a turn with the Arbor Elf for the Birds of Paradise. They are so pretty meh if they don't get that first turn to Arbor. I've played these type of decks in the past, so I absolutely need to hit a land this turn. Huntmaster flips. And the problem is the Chandra can actually kill off my Soul Warden. And we did hit the land, so that's actually good. We can put out 2 Arc Champions if I want to destroy a land. And that might be the right way to go. Unfortunately, these wolves are pretty annoying. However, these Arc Champions do take care of both the Huntmaster and the Goblin Rabblemaster. Chandra still is a pain, though. So add that, and I am going to sacrifice a Plains because I want another source this turn. So Chandra only finds the wooded foothills. Rabble Master gives me some life. Huntmaster will flip. I can't really attack into the Arc Champions with these dumb wolves. Three cards still left. I'm surprised I'm still in this, though. Legion's Landing is probably better than... We're definitely going to put out the third Arc Champion. We could actually still win this. And I do want the Soul Warden, I believe. Because it's going to gain us some life unless Chandra targets it. But it's going to gain us some life anyway. Problem is it breeds out another wolf. But we should be able to kill Chandra next turn with the Arc Champions. It's gonna be close. This gains me 4 life. So I'm now at a good, healthy... The problem is I can't let this Wimber's Heights die. I think my opponent just F6'd. Wants the Goblin Rabble Master dead. I'm okay with that, dying. Another Huntmaster. That's super annoying. Because Chandra is going to flip. However, if my opponent does not deal with this Wimber's Heights, we get the Archangel. And that's going to make our guys huge. And I don't know if my opponent can really have the mana. It's got to be like a Stone Rain. Oh, MG Joe, the lag. Tireless Tracker. Awesome. So we might be the first person in the history of Magic to survive a Chandra ult with this sort of board. Another Plains. That's good, though, to prevent us from the... Get another 4 life here. So any Saracen slash Ranger is going to be really, really brutal. And this is a 3/3 that's coming out. It's actually going to be huge. Problem is we don't have any evasiveness. The 3/3 lifelinker is going to be very, very relevant, though. I probably should have waited. No, I want the 3/3 lifelinker to get the counters. And we need to go at Chandra with everything here. So this flips. And my opponent has to lose all the wolves if he wants Chandra to survive. Kind of awkward little... Gonna let Chandra actually die, huh? Huh. Oh, now my opponent's just going to scoop it up. I cannot believe I came back from that. I don't think my opponent quite needed to scoop. Chandra did die. And we get Archangel Thune out, which makes them all +4/+4. So in honesty, I probably should have just attacked into my opponent, because that could have been lethal if they didn't stop it, because they're 3/3s. And that was... Does it allow us to go back? I hate the new MTGO doesn't allow us. Okay, so should have attacked my opponent rather than Chandra. They become 7/7s. And my opponent didn't block for whatever reason, he would have just died. And then I would have a huge Archangel Thune. When I mean huge, I mean huge. It would have been +2/+2. So what does that make it? It's a 3/4 normally. So that would have made it a 6 or a 5/6, and then a 10/11. And then this lifelinker would have been a 7/7 lifelink. So even with Chandra ulting, there's no way. Would have done enough. And I would have gained 4 life, been up to 35. So yeah, crazy. I beat a Huntmaster. Alrighty, well, you can see Soul Sisters is... Where's that guy last time, the Rager that said I couldn't do anything in a league? There's a 4-1, ends up being a 5-1 finish with a... only lost to Eldrazi. That's it. You can go check out all the videos. I'll have them in the links in the description, as well as in the description, as well as in the comments, to go check out the series over at gatheringmagic.com. This has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Again, we're going to try to do this every week when I do matches over at Gathering Magic. You can see the 5th or 6th match over on my channel, so I'm going to try to collaborate the 2 channels together. Also, if you're interested in Iconic Masters, this is going to be a deck that is going to be super, super cheap once Iconic Master comes out, because the R8 Champion gets reprinted, the Archangel Thune gets reprinted, and what was the other expensive card? The Sarah Ascendant all get reprinted in Iconic Masters. So we are pre-selling boxes over at Gone Rogue Games, RogueDeckBuilder.com. Click on the store. I'll have links in the annotation and the description as well. To purchase an Iconic Masters box. All of the proceeds really, really go a long way to helping the channel. Yeah, so if you want to see more live content especially, we're still trying to scrap up for some really good cameras. If you know anything about like videography, is that a proper word? Photography, videography? Most of the cameras you need is like I would say minimum $800 camera, and then another like a minimum $800 lens. Usually if you want a really good one, it gets up to... Most people I've talked to, you're up to about, for a build with the sound equipment, $300 sound equipment, everything else, about $2,500. So if we sell out of Iconic Masters, I think we can definitely purchase that. Also, if you want to support, there's also Patreon, playmats, things like that. So I want to get my act together. I am not doing Swim Team this year, so I have all of fall and winter free to do videos and whatnot. So appreciate all the support. Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.